Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. If you're new here, I make videos about books. Please hit the subscribe button. It really helps my channel grow. Today is the start of another Alphabet Project reading vlog. If you don't know what the Alphabet Project is, it is a project that I started back in 2021 where I focus on my own TBR. I pick 6 books off of my shelves that start with the letter of the alphabet, and I am on L. I will be completely transparent with you. I picked L very long ago and I have looked through it and I decided to DNF 1 because I just knew that I wasn't going to read that. It was a YA. And I picked off another book off my shelf. So it's ever changing. So let's go. Also, I'm really bad at TBRs and these videos take forever to get out, but I digress. Let's look at the books that I'm going to read for L. I am excited about most of these and I hope it goes better than K. So let's go. The first one is something that I just recently got, and that is The Lion's Den by Catherine St. John. I have not read anything by this author. I have their new book, which I think is called The Siren, and when I was buying it, the bookseller was like, "Have you read The Lion's Den?" And I was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about, lady." So of course I looked it up, and I just recently got this on Pango. It is a adult literary fiction contemporary novel, so we'll see. Next is something that I can say I'm actually excited for. It is YA, and I am definitely moving away from YA, but I have had this one for so long, and I believe Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads and Madeline from Novel Inc. are the ones who talked about this first and put it on my radar, and I bought it like immediately and I just never picked it up. And that is The Last True Poets of the Sea by Julia Drake. I have not read anything by this author. From what I can remember buying it back 2018 is that it is queer, and I'm a little bit worried that I won't like the writing of this one, so that is why it has been on my shelves for so long. This was absolutely influenced by Chelsea. We were both reading a lot of YA back then, and also the cover. So like, this is one of the most beautiful covers I have ever seen. I'm hoping that I love this one so I can keep it because it's amazing. The next one is one of my oldest books that I own. I have had this since I lived in Maryland. I got it at Target when I was just like building up my collection, and that is Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll. I decided to not unhaul this when I was looking at my stack because I know that this is becoming a movie soon with Mila Kunis. Is that her name? And it's super short, and I'm also getting into, I don't know if this is considered a thriller or a mystery or what, but I know it doesn't have great reviews. So I'm surprised that they have turned it into a movie, but I'd still like to see for myself because I am no longer like basing my opinions off of other people's reviews. It's really, not gonna lie, just vibes for me, and I am vibing with this one. So let's see. The next one is also one that I have been told is not good, so I kept it in my pile so I could see for myself, and that is The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. Several people were like, "Michelle, just skip it," and me being me, I'm like, I must know. This one, like, Goodreads Choice Award, I think last year or the year before, I don't know. It's a Reese Book Club pick. I cannot trust Reese Witherspoon's picks for the life of me, so I guess we'll see if I trash this or if I love it. So I'm excited for that one. Next is probably the one I am most excited for, and that is Lease on Love by Fallon Ballard. I actually wanted to put this in rom-com-a-thon because it's green and yellow, and that was the host's favorite color, right? It would have been perfect, but I was like, you already have it for the Alphabet Project, you can wait. So I'm definitely probably going to start with this one. This was absolutely a cover buy. I think it's Friends to Love. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I love adult romance. I love rom-coms. I'm hoping I love this because of the cover alone. Okay, like show me a beautiful cover. I'm gonna read it probably. Last but not least, I know I said that the Luckiest Girl Alive was like the longest. This is probably the second longest. This just became a Netflix movie that literally no one is talking about, and I know that the author like said on record that the movie is completely different from the book, so I would like to see what's going on. And that's Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. I have had this book for so long and literally never picked it up. I have the sequel, I guess, Love and Luck. So if I like this one, I will keep Love and Luck. If I don't like this one, I will unhaul both of those. So that's just how it's gonna go. So I do have 2 YA in here, 2 mysteries, I guess, a romance, and whatever Lion's Den is. So this is what I'm working with this time. Honestly, this stack doesn't look pretty, but I'm hoping the uglier the stack, the better the books. Am I right? So now we're gonna get into the vlog. Let's go. I am starting The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. I have heard mixed things, honestly not good things about this one from my friends, and I got it anyway, so I put it in the alphabet project to get rid of it basically. So we'll see how this goes. I will let you know what it's about when I know. Okay, so I'm 16. Sorry. There we go. I'm 16% into this, and some lady whose name I forget gets a note from this random child, and it's a note from her husband that says protect her, and the her is Owen's daughter, who this lady is now the stepmother of. And basically this Owen's, I know his name, Owen's company that he works for is under investigation for defrauding the government with stocks, and he is like on the run, I guess. That is all I know. So no thoughts, just going. Okay, so I'm 53% into this. It's a super fast read, but I don't know if I care. Like, this Owen guy is, like, you're finding out that he's not like who you say he is, so that's really it. I'm interested, but like it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I'm 85% into The Last Thing He Told Me, and it's okay. Like, it's definitely more of a mystery. Like, you're trying to figure out what the fuck is happening with Owen, and it gets more intense about like why he left. And then there's like this whole like witness protection program thing I was not expecting, which like doesn't make it bad, but like doesn't make it good. So like I have 15% left, and I feel like I know the star rating unless like something amazing happens. So we'll see. It's definitely not bad. So I thought I had a star rating for this. I thought it was going to be 3 stars, but I'm actually gonna put it down to 2.5 stars, which isn't like a lot. It's not like a whole star, but it's still down. And that is because I actually thought that the premise of this was super cool. Like, this guy who is like, they were only married like 2 years, and he has a daughter, and then he just like leaves, and you want to know why, and they're trying to find him, and they're trying to figure out like why he leaves, because they love him obviously, and the motivations behind everything just turned out to be so fucking stupid. So that's why it's getting 2.5 stars, because I feel like this author literally just started writing it and was like, I have this great idea, I'm gonna start writing it, and then like lost steam for their idea, and then just like made up stuff as they went along that didn't make sense. That's how I feel about this book. So I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. I am not gonna keep this, obviously, and I will see you in the next book. I am starting Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll for the Alphabet Project. I know absolutely nothing about this going in except that Mila Kunis is in a adaptation of this. I think it's gonna be on Netflix soon. I didn't even look at the trailer. The only thing I saw with the trailer was Mila Kunis like walking around New York City. So that's all I know. I will let you know more about it when I know, but starting this now. I went to bed so early last night that I didn't update, but I made it 27% into Luckiest Girl Alive. I can't decide if it's the story or the writing, but this is not good. But things are just now starting to get interesting. I'm like on page 80 something, so I'm gonna stick it out for a little bit longer. This is the story of Tiffany, who now goes by Ani, who is like recreating herself and is marrying someone really rich and wants to work at New York Magazine. And basically something happened to her, I think, in high school, and now she's doing a documentary of it. I will say this is super triggering for eating disorders, and I like didn't even think I needed a trigger for that, but apparently I do, because it is rough. It's so rough, and it is just it's a lot. So I am gonna keep going because, like I said, it's just now starting to get interesting, but I don't know about this one. I really don't. So we'll see. So I go into books not knowing anything, and that is sometimes not good. But that is a personal choice. I did not know what this book is about. If I'm being completely honest, I still don't know what this book is about. But what I do know is that it was extremely triggering for me, and it has been at least 4 days since I last picked it up, and I physically, emotionally cannot do it. I absolutely cannot do it. I will not be finishing this book, and I don't know from what I had read already how they are adapting it. What triggered me personally was the main character, whose name I don't even remember, clearly has an eating disorder. And it was just ridiculously, extremely triggering. And I have not looked at reviews for this yet, but I don't know. What I'm saying is I am DNFing this book for personal reasons, and maybe this is a lesson to say that I should look into what books are about. In my defense, I did buy this a very long time ago when things in my personal life were different, and I chose this book specifically because it had been on my shelves for so long. So this is a DNF, and I will be unhauling it, and I don't recommend it if you are also triggered by eating, just like very, very clear, like restricting and stuff. So that is that, and I will let you know what I'm picking up next. Greetings. It has been literal months since I have read a book for the Alphabet Project. That is because of a couple things. I am participating in 3 readathons for October. September, I also did a bunch of readathons, and I attempted to read Luckiest Girl Alive, and it triggered me in ways that I was not expecting, and I have not been great mentally since then or before then, but that like really kicked it off. So I have not been reading for the Alphabet Project specifically, and I will talk about Luckiest Girl Alive in like my wrap up, so stay tuned for that. But I got the audiobook of The Lion's Den by Catherine St. John, and it's due back in 3 days, so I need to read this in 3 days. It's a 13-hour audiobook. I usually read at night from like 6:30 to 9 when I'm not sprinting, and then I just do like an hour and a half of like TikTok time, honestly, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to listen to this and let you know what this is about. I think it's a thriller. I haven't really looked into it, but I believe that it just says fiction on the back, so I could absolutely be incredibly wrong. So like, I'll let you know what this is about, and hopefully I will get back into Alphabet Project content because I really miss it. Yeah. So I'm 100 pages into The Lion's Den, and I'm really liking it. So this is the story of Belle and Summer, who are friends, and Summer is dating this old guy. Summer is like 27, and the dude she's dating is like 66. Anyway, for Summer's birthday, Belle gets invited onto, his name is John, John's yacht for Summer's birthday in France. And so they get on the yacht, and it's like super nice. They get like the private jet and everything, but like things are kind of weird. Like they have assigned seats. You get a sleeping pill for the flight, which I guess isn't weird, but I feel like it's weird. And then at night on the yacht, their rooms are locked, which is definitely weird. They don't have Wi-Fi, but there's like a shared computer and there's like cameras all over the thing. So it's just like a little bit of like ominous things happening on the yacht. Not far in at all. 100 pages is not, this is like a 400 page book. So I'm liking it so far. That is the gist of what's going on, but like where is it heading? I don't know yet, but I'm excited to find out. Okay, so I'm 45% into The Lion's Den. I'm still definitely liking it. It does seem a little slow and repetitive. Like this probably could have been 100 pages less to get the point across just as fine as 400 pages, but that's fine. I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow. I normally don't read my alphabet books during the day because of my weekly reading vlogs, but I have the last weekend of Halloween coming up, and this is due in 3 days, and now I'm getting anxiety, so maybe I'll finish it tomorrow. I think I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. So I am 73% into The Lion's Den, and although I am liking it, I will say what I said last night, which is that I think this could be 100 pages shorter. There is a lot of like going back in time with the relationship between Belle and Summer, and you learn that Summer is an awful human being, but you can kind of already tell that without the going back in time. So for me, it just feels like a lot of filler that like I don't understand, which I guess is fine. Like, I'm still really liking it. I just wish, like, we would get to the point. So we just got to the point. We just figured out, like, something very big just happened. But it took 73% of build-up to get there. So I'm excited to figure out what the last, like, little bit of this is going to involve. Because, like, things are not good on this yacht. I personally just wish we would have gotten there sooner. Like right now, this feels like a solid 4-star, but it could definitely surprise me and be a 5-star. Like I am reading it super fast, so we'll see. I should still I'm still on track to finish this today. I finished The Lion's Den. I really like this. It's definitely a contemporary with like a side of thriller. Like it's not I don't know how to explain this. Like, it's not what I would categorize as a thriller, but there were some thrilling aspects in it. So I don't know, but I really like this. I'm going to give it 4 stars. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it yet. I think I am going to keep it, but I will definitely let you know when I do like my whole wrap up of all of Elle. But like, I really like this. Do I still think it was a little long for me personally? Yes, but overall, it did not matter to me. Also, so I listened to the audiobook, but this is the paperback. Obviously, you can see that. But the author included an epilogue that was not with the audiobook, and I read the epilogue, and it was really good. She said that in the beginning that she didn't have one, but people were asking, like, what happened after all these people left France and everything, and I thought it was a good conclusion, and I just really like this one. If you're like trying to be a fiction girly and you like thrilling aspects, I definitely recommend this. There was a lot of drama, like girl drama, which I don't necessarily always love, but like with what this was about, like I thought it was good. I thought this was good. 4 stars. I have the author's other novel. It's called The Siren, and I will absolutely be picking that up now that I've liked this one. So I really like this. I am starting Lisa in Love for the alphabet project. I was super excited for this when it came out and then just kind of forgot about it. But I did pre-order the audiobook on Audible, so like I have it, so I should read it. This is super short. I don't know what this is about yet. Cassman got it for me and said this sounds dumb, so I'll let you know what it's about when I know. Okay, so I'm not far into this at all. Hold on. But so far, I think the main character's name is Sadie. I never remember the main character's name, which knows about me, but Sadie thinks that she is getting this promotion at her job and instead someone else gets it. So she says something inappropriate and then gets fired, and she's trying to pay off her student loans, which mood, and, you know, pay rent in New York City and everything. And then she's drunk and she accidentally swipes and like makes a connection on what she thinks is a dating site, but is actually like a roommate finder site. And she finds this dude who has like a whole brownstone in Brooklyn that he like owns outright. And the rent is going to be super cheap for her for this room and like sharing this brownstone with this dude. And is this forced proximity? Anyway, I am not far into this at all, but I'm already really liking it. I like the writing style. I think this is gonna be really good. That is as far as I know what's going on. I just read another romance, like today. I finished it today, and I am kind of over heterosexual romances right now, if I'm being quite honest with you, but I'm hoping that this one will be good. Okay, so I'm a little over 100 pages into this, and there's like text messages in here, and they are so funny with the group of friends and like her new roommate. They're just really funny. So I'm having a really good time reading this. I think it's honestly because I've been reading so much thriller and horror all of October, and now I'm getting back into romance a little bit, and this is just like, it's a good time. I'm having a good time. So I think it's really interesting that I'm liking this so much because this is a slow burn and I don't like slow burns. And you see that? I have like 25% left and they haven't so much as kissed. And normally I would hate that. Like I would stop reading, just give up. But I love these characters so much and they're writing so much. Like they talk how I talk is because they're millennials, and like she goes and gets iced coffee every single day and stuff. And I just am really liking this one, surprisingly, even though they haven't so much as like kissed, and I'm almost done. So just think it's interesting when you like find the right book with a trope you don't necessarily like and it just works for you. And this one's working for me. I finished Lisa in Love. And I have been thinking about it probably for 20 minutes. And I really like this. There was like some really stupid miscommunication at the end. But I think like overall, this was really cute. Am I gonna give this 5 stars? Like this was like truly nothing special. But like I had a good time reading it. I think I'm gonna give this 5 stars just because I had such a good time reading it. I really liked Sadie and Jack, and although it was a slow burn, this was like more, this wasn't smut. It wasn't even like a rom-com. It was just a nice contemporary romance, and I had a good time with it. And I'm gonna give it 5 stars. So I will be keeping this one. Yeah. Hello. For the alphabet project, I have started Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. I have seriously had this on my shelf for at least 8 years. No joke. But I'm actually really liking this. I'm making Cassman listen to it too. And I don't care about his opinion, but like I'm really liking this. And this is like one of the reasons I still gravitate towards YA contemporary, because like I just think they're good. Granted, I am like literally... I'm 73 pages into this, but basically what happens is, what's her name? Lena loses her mom in the prologue, of course, to cancer, because that's just what happens in YA contemporaries. There's always a dead or absent parent, and she has both. She has a dead parent, and also she just found out that her dad lives in Italy. So 6 months after her mom has died, she moves to Italy with her dad, and he
lives and runs a graveyard for World War II. So she's literally living in a house on a graveyard. So that's really interesting. I'm really liking this so far. Like, I really like Lena. I really like the story. We probably have met the love interest, and I'm loving it. So really liking this so far. I hope it's a 5-star YA, because that would be great. So I know I didn't talk about this book a lot, and that is because I listened to it on a road trip and my phone was navigation, so it was very hard to like take the phone off and record. But I finished Love and Gelato, and I'm gonna give it 5 stars. Like, this is why I still really like YA contemporary, is because like I just had a really good time listening to this. So you're trying, like, okay. I shit on YA parents a lot because I just feel like a lot of the times they're shitty parents. And for a lot of this book, I felt like Lena's mom was shitty because Lena's mom dies and sends her off to Italy with her dad, you think, and you learn that like Lena's mom hasn't told Lena like anything about her life, which I was like, why? It frustrated me so much. And then you get deeper into the story and you learn why you don't know a lot about her mom's life. And I just felt like, okay, I can forgive this. And it's the story about like finding out more about her dad, which I really liked. And then it's also about her finding like her first love. I absolutely love this. I don't know or care how Castleman felt about it, but I just absolutely love this. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I'm looking at my shelves and I have Love and Luck. I don't know if that's the second one, but if it is the second one, I will be reading that as soon as possible because I absolutely love this. 5 stars. So I have one last book for Elle, and it's I can't remember, but it's by Julia Drake, and I am so excited for this one. I was going to listen to it for a little bit in the car ride, but it's a very long audiobook, and we had like an hour left of the drive, so I'm gonna finish it this week, and then this video will finally be up after 3 months. I have an update about Love and Gelato. I was going to watch the Netflix adaptation of this, and I watched the preview, which gives away the whole movie, but either way, it did not look anything like this book that I gave 5 stars to, so I will be passing. And I remember when it came out, I saw the author on Twitter say they made a lot of changes, and it didn't seem like that she was super excited about it, and after watching the preview, I absolutely understand why. So I will be skipping watching the Netflix show forever for now. Like, I'm just not interested after it looks like they changed everything. But I am starting my last book for Elle, and that is The Last True Poets of the Sea. Did I say that right? By Julia Drake. I have noticed that I am 100% putting my YA books last. I'm putting them off because I just don't feel like I'm a YA reader anymore. However, I just gave Love and Gelato 5 stars. So I'm hoping to give this 5 stars too. 5 stars alone for the cover. Am I right? So I have no idea what this is about, but once I know what it's about, I will let you know. I'm 90 pages and I'm literally in the middle of a chapter, and I cannot tell if this is queer or not. Like, I cannot tell if these two girls are gonna fall in love or if they're just gonna be friends. And like the inside flap does not tell me. It just says, she finds a fellow wreck hunter in Livestone, an amateur local historian whose sparkling intelligence and guarded gray eyes make Violet ache in an exhilarating new way. Whether or not they find the lyric, the journey Violet takes, and the bridges she builds along the way may be the start of something like survival. So anyway, Violet is sent to her mom's hometown of Lyric, Maine, where like all of her descendants are from, and she's sent there because her brother attempted suicide, and Violet was like a very wild party girl in school and was just like out of control apparently. So her brother is in like a recovery facility, and Violet is sent to Maine to like get her shit together, and she like meets her coworker who's a dude who she finds attractive. But now there's this whole thing happening with Liv, and I Is this queer and I didn't even know? Here's the deal with this book. It's been 2 or 3 days since I read it last, and I just truly do not care about it. So I don't know if Rowan is going to nap today, so I'm going to give it like 45 minutes and see if it pulls me in and if I care. If not, I'm going to DNF it. So stay tuned. I did not make it far. I maybe listened 20 minutes when I decided I wasn't actually listening to it. Like, I did not open the book at all and follow along. And that's just because I didn't care. And I feel like when I bought this in 2019, Michelle probably really would have cared about this. And I'm not even kidding when I say that I have kept this for the cover alone, but I cannot keep doing that. So I'm DNFing The Last True Poets of the Sea. And that sucks because it is queer, but the writing and the story weren't enough for me to like this. So I have to let it go. So I DNF'd 2 books for L. And I'm going to really fast do a wrap up of this. So hold on. Welcome to the wrap up of the Alphabet Project L. I'm not kidding when I say that I read this first book 2 or 3 months ago, and I don't remember anything about it except that I didn't like it. And that is The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. I remember, I think I said in my footage, and I haven't looked at any of my footage, but I think I said that this book was pointless, and I gave it 2 stars. I could be persuaded to give it 1 star, but the writing was okay, and like the idea of the story was good, but the execution was bad. So I'm still gonna give this 2 stars, and I will be getting rid of this. The next one, and my first DNF of this, was The Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll. This book triggered me so bad that I had to stop reading for this project and like focused on other things for so long. And that's on me because I like to go into books not knowing anything. So I need you to know that this book deals a lot with disordered eating and it triggered me so bad. No joke. And I know that the I know that the Netflix movie just came out for this recently, and I don't know if it has the same themes, and I still don't know what this is about. I made it maybe 15% in before I had to put it down. It was just, couldn't do it. So this was a DNF. The next one, when I got my shit together again, was The Lion's Den by Catherine St. John. I think I gave this 5 stars. If I didn't give it 5 stars, I'm gonna give it 5 stars now because I still think about this book. It's so good. It's like thriller light because it's mostly adult contemporary with a little bit of a thriller element, but like that little bit of a thriller element really carried this book. Anyway, I really like this. I have another one of this author's books on my shelves, and I'm very excited to get to. I think it's called The Siren, so I will be keeping this one. So if I didn't DNF these, I gave these really high stars, except for The Last Thing He Told Me, which was the stupidest book I've read ever. The next one is Lisa in Love by Fallon Ballard. I loved this one. This is one I picked up solely because of the cover. Sometimes I'm really good. It's like really good when I do that. I gave this 5 stars. This was a super slow burn. Friends to lovers. It was like Tenet to Friends to Lovers. Anyway, I really like this one. This one was super short, but like not in a bad way. I just like I had a really good time reading it. There is one thing in this book that reminded me so much of It Starts With Us. Is that what that's called? By Colleen Hoover. And basically it's just like this woman opens a flower shop, and I could not stop thinking about Lily Bloom. So that was it. The next one was YA, so like I still do like YA, and that's Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. I absolutely love this. I don't care that it was YA. I don't care that it was hetero. I literally don't care about all of this because I just had a great time listening to this. The setting of Italy like was so vivid. I have never once in my life been to Italy, but I could like picture everything that this main character was going through so vividly because the writing was just so good. I have Love and Luck. I don't even know if that's the second one, but I have it on my shelves and I will be reading it and I will be keeping this, and I absolutely love it. And then finally, what I DNF'd literally 2 seconds ago is The Last True Poets of the Sea by Julia Drake. I remember I got this because Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, and I think someone else, I can't remember, really like this. And I keep in mind that 2019 Michelle would have eaten this shit up. But I am not the same person that I was in 2019, and that's just how it's supposed to go. So DNF this one, and I will be getting rid of these 3, and the other 3 I will be keeping, and the other 3 I gave 5 stars to. So like half and half, not so bad. So that is the end of the Alphabet Project L. Thank you so much. I know this was a bit of a hiatus, but October and honestly September were a mess. So thanks for watching my video. See you in my next one. Bye!